What's up, guys? My name is Luke Walker, and I know you don't see my face because it's because I'm going to do a little bit different. I'm going to do a collection video without you guys seeing my face. Just for this video, I mean, I don't know if I may still continue this. It depends if you guys really, if you prefer to go with this, then you guys see my face. Just so that way it doesn't make you feel uneasy, just in case if it is. But anyway, now, of course, as you see the title, I'm doing a next part of my DVD collection. Now, if you haven't seen part 1, I recommend watch that before watching this video, because there's some new ones on here I've had. Well, there are some other ones I already showed you in the, well, except for some. I think there's only 2 of them I already showed you in my Shark movie collection, and some other, like, collection videos I've done back then. If so, I mean, there's some other DVD collections I have done already, like, so, because I've done the Marvel DVD collection, of course, as I said, the Shark movie collection, and of course I did in part 1. So this is part 2 now, so let's not waste any more time, let's just get to it. Starting with Up. It's a great classic Pixar film. I remember some people say that there's a scene where Carl Franklin, wife, I think he passed away. I heard some people might find that a bit sad. For me, I don't understand why I didn't cry for that scene. I don't know, it's probably just me. Then we move on to the couple action movies. So I got Terminator 3, Rage Against the Machines. This movie's not bad. Not a bad movie. Terminator Dogfight. I know people really did not like this movie. For me, I mean, there's some movies that I quite like, but I still isn't better than some other ones. Terminator 2, as I say, in my opinion, is the best one, in my opinion. Tunnel Rats, I mean, this movie, this movie's, it was not good, but it was alright. I mean, there's some problems I have with this movie, and you didn't know, and I didn't even notice, is that it's by the same director who did the crappy House of the Dead. You know, it's directed by Uwe Boll. I'm not joking. If I can show you, I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, I don't even know. I don't know if you can see it. Next is Hachi, A Dog's Tale. I remember, it's been so long since I haven't seen this movie. I need to rewatch this movie again. I know this is one of the saddest movies I've ever seen. And when I first started watching it, I wasn't even crying. I mean, there are some movies that actually do make me cry. Togo was my very first movie that actually made me cry. Or I actually like other few movies, like March of the Penguins. That one made me cry. But I'll definitely need to rewatch this movie again. It's on Netflix, I believe. Piggy Tales, Pigs at Work. This is season 2. I don't have season 1, but I don't know if I may watch season 1 anyway, because all the rest of them are really short. They only take like a minute. 12 Strong. I don't remember if I've seen this movie or not. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen this. Because that's one of the actors who play as Thor from Avengers. 7. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend it. It has Morgan Freeman and Brad Pratt. I need to rewatch this movie again as well. It's such a good movie. Cowboys and Aliens. This movie is pretty good. I mean, there's some issues I have with this movie. I mean, I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen this movie. It really does. And last for this shelf is the sequel of Brother Bear, because you know Brother Bear is my all-time favorite Disney film. Of course, I gotta get the sequel. Oh shoot! All right, moving on to the next pile. Next is Deep Water. I haven't seen this movie, but I may interest to watch it. I don't know. It depends. The Buddy Man Massacre. This movie is still in package, so I haven't seen this movie yet. My dad still has this movie, but he didn't get a chance to watch this movie. I mean, I'm not sure I may watch it. I mean, I don't know if people think, I don't know if this movie's any good, because I heard some pretty mediocre bits about this movie. I don't know. Next is Grizzly. I don't remember if I've seen this movie. I mean, I did an unboxing video of this, by the way, if you don't know. So I do an unboxing video of this and Orca, which you don't know. These are the 2 Jaws ripoffs. I mean, I don't remember I've seen this one. It's been a while I've seen Grizzly. It's one of the few. I remember I did not like this movie because it was lame and boring. I don't know. I may rewatch it again. The League, great movie. I think it's sort of like Avengers, but with some horror things you haven't seen. Like you get the Invisible Man, you get Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde in this movie. Now, I know people quite hate this. I remember people actually quite hate this movie because it's one of the Adam Sandler movies that people actually hate the most. For me, I mean, I don't get why people hate this movie because I find this movie actually quite good, and that's Pixels. I mean, I don't mind this movie. There's some wee bit cringe moments though, but I don't understand why two people hate this movie because I thought the practical effects in this movie are great. Or, I'm going to say not great, but good. And it's not the best video game movie. It's not really as good as it was. Sonic the Hedgehog is the best one, in my opinion. Disney's Dinosaur. I haven't seen this one. I may rewatch it again. Or, I did see it before, but I don't remember. All Is Lost. Never seen this movie. I'll watch it sometime. A Walk Among the Tombstones. I think I heard this movie is a little bit boring. I don't know. I haven't seen it. And another people's least favorite remake is the live-action Lion King. Now, when I first saw seeing this film, I did see this in the cinema, and I actually really loved it. But after looking at it again, I may lose interest because it's not as bad as it was. Because the Lion King is barely, because the Lion King is an amazing classic, but not the remake. Because the original is a masterpiece. It's barely close to be my favorite Disney film. Like, for this one, it's a pretty late disappointment. So, I don't know if I may rewatch this movie again, because I know my mom loves this movie. I don't know if I may rewatch it again. That's the question. Alright, then we move on to some of the horror films, which I don't know if it may surprise you all, because I got a buttload of horror films. Starting with Wrong Turn. I don't know if I show you guys in part 1. I don't know, I could be wrong. Jeepers Creepers, I did not like this. I really did not like this movie. This movie was boring. Honestly, I did not like this movie. This movie was lame and honestly horrible. I did not like this movie. And you guys already saw this in my unboxing video. The original Dawn of the Dead, not the remake. Halloween Kills. Now, I know people did not like this movie. Now, for me, I quite like this movie. And this is probably the most gory movie I've ever seen, too. Because this is probably the most gory movie I've ever seen. Like, it's probably more gorier than the 2018 one. But I still prefer that one than this. Alright, the next one is a horror film that I feel ashamed myself. I never heard of this horror film. And honestly, I don't know, after watching it again, I actually really am ashamed of myself. You know, the movie I'm talking about is Hellraiser. I feel ashamed of myself that I never heard of this movie. Because this movie is the only one that actually creeped me out. Well, actually and running to the sort of Halloween. Because, if you don't know, horror movies don't even scare me. Like, it's only horror games that do scare me, but except for horror movies. But this is the only one that actually kind of creeped me out. It's because my biggest fear is darkness, heights, and a baby crying. These are my biggest fears on my life. Or in my life, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. But still, Hellraiser is a great movie. And I also got Hellraiser Judgment. This movie wasn't that great, but I know people really like this movie, but for me, I did not like it. Then there's some other ones. I got Cabin in the Woods. Stephen King's It. That's the funny one that goes, wah 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 wah, or something. I don't know. I haven't seen it. The remake, It Chapter 2. I don't have the original remake. I don't know if I may watch it anyway, because my friend told me it sucks. The Conjuring and Candyman. Great film. Well, there are some other horror films in there, actually. So, next shelf. There's some other couple horror films I still have. Next up is Mama. Never heard of this movie. And I don't understand why my parents got me this film. Because I got these horror films on Christmas. I mean, I don't know if I don't know if I may watch that one anyway. It has Jessica Christine. Pumpkinhead, good film. This is a good one. The Gremlins collection, and it includes, if I can get these. Oh, for God's sake! I'm sorry. I'm trying to like. There we go. The original Gremlins and Gremlins 2. I'll definitely gonna watch these ones. I don't know if I may watch them until Christmas because I heard there are Christmas movies. Well, speaking of Christmas, we got some Christmas movies now. Finally found the Jim Carrey's The Grinch. But after we watch this movie again, I feel less interest with this one. I feel I prefer to go with the newer one. Christmas Carol, good film. Not as bad as The Polar Express, in my opinion. Get Santa, great classic. And the Santa Claus movies, and includes, if I can move, the original Santa Claus, Santa Claus 2, and my least favorite sequel, Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. Horrible film. I really don't like this movie. Oh, this is hard, like, put some DVDs into boxes. Alright, now we move on to the anime stuff, because if you don't know, if you don't know, I'm quite a fan of anime, because if you don't know, I got a Paimon plush. So, yeah, so this is I'm quite a fan of anime, because there's some ones I've owned. Some of them are movies, of course, it's Studio Ghibli, and the other three are just anime series. So, let's move. So, first up is The Cat Returns. This movie is actually quite funny, and my favorite character in this movie is Muta. He's so hilarious. Now, as I said, I only have 3 anime series at the moment, so I got Attack on Titan, and it includes Part 1 and Part 2. I'll definitely watch these movies because, you know, my favorite movie genre is action. It's by the same director who made Death Note, if you don't know. Aria the Sky Ammo. This anime is decent. I mean, there are some problems I have with this anime. It's pretty cheesy at times, so I mean, I don't mind this anime. It's a pretty good action one. And love Chinibyo and Other Delusions. Love this anime. So funny. Like, such a hilarious anime. Grave of the Fireflies. This movie was so freaking sad. It's really dark movie. Only Yesterday. This is the movie I thought I used to love, but after rewatching it again, I'm actually feeling a bit bored of it. Because this is a really good movie, but there's some issues I have with this movie, because there are some moments in this anime I get a little bit bored, and sometimes I get confused. So that's the only reason why I don't know if I remember I didn't enjoy much about that movie. I'll just move the rest, I'll just move them here. Next is Kiki's Delivery Service. I would say this is possibly my favorite Studio Ghibli film. Love this movie. It's so beautiful. Great voice acting. And the last anime film I would say is my all-time favorite anime movie, Your Name. Honestly, amazing anime. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend it. Because it's one of the best beautiful animated movies I've ever seen. It's not as bad. I would say it's my most favorite movie. It's right next to like WALL-E and Halloween. Alright, and then the last shelf, we got last few movies. This is the only one that's going to have the Blu-ray release, and that's The Deep. This movie is boring. Why'd I say that? Because I find this movie a bit boring, because I did not enjoy this movie. I mean, it has one of the actors, Robert Shaw, in Jaws, but it still doesn't mean I like this movie. I find this movie a little bit boring. Now we got some of the shark movies. There's only 3 I'm going to show you. So we got Shark Attack 2. I haven't seen this movie for a while. And the most stupid one I've ever seen, Six-Headed Shark Attack. And next one is by far my most hated movie I've ever seen. I hate this movie so much that I wish I want to remove from my memory. And that film is Jurassic Shark. Yeah, I forgot to show you guys this one in my shark movie collection. This is the worst movie I've ever seen. I freaking hate this movie. This movie is awful. Honestly, Shark Geek, if you're watching this, I bet you hate this one too. And if you don't know, there's actually a sequel of Jurassic Shark. I'm not even kidding. The sequel of Jurassic Shark of this, which I don't understand why, it's probably because after 7 years or something, at least they finally figured out to make it more proof. I don't know, but this movie is awful. Worst movie I've ever seen. Elfbone the movie is way worse. Alright, last three. This is a pretty decent one. I got the great movie set includes Lake Placid, Piranha, and Frogs. Piranha is a Jaws ripoff, I know. I don't remember I've seen Lake Placid and Frogs. Piranha is a decent Jaws ripoff, but I don't know if I may watch it again though. Next up is my favorite horror film, The Thing, aka John Carpenter's The Thing, I should say. This movie is fantastic. Love this movie. Honestly, one of my favorite. I would say it's probably my favorite horror film. Right next to Dawn of the Dead, Alien, which you'll get to that actually, Jaws, and Halloween. So yeah, love this movie. And last one is as I said, the Alien movies. It includes Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, and Alien Covenant. Alien 3, in my opinion, I would say is the worst one because I feel bored watching Alien 3. Because I would say it's the most boring one. Aliens, I would say, is the best ones. The third one I would say is Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant was good, same as Prometheus. Alien Resurrection was okay. I know people hate Resurrection because you know the title card. So, yeah, anyway, that's all. So there you go, guys. That is some of my DVD collection. This is part 2, and then part 3, unfortunately, would be my last part of my DVD collection, because there are so many DVDs I would love to get, but it depends if I really, really want to. It depends if I may find some other anime stuff. Like, I prefer to go find some other anime, like, action or any other, like, horror films that I may go get sometime. What do you think is the worst movie on this list? My one is definitely going to be Jurassic Shark, because I hate this movie so much that I wish it will destroy for good. So, yeah. Honestly, I really do hate Jurassic Shark. I would say, I don't hate Jurassic Shark more than Elfbone the movie. Elfbone the movie is the one I hate the most. It's because the plot and the animation and the characters is the ones I hate the most. Anyway, if you guys really enjoyed this video, click the like button and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.